Hi everyone, welcome back to Sashay Away with Barry. I am here to talk with you about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 6, episode 6 as well. Oh, imagine that. Entitled Ru-Merican Horror Story, Coven Girls. I was excited for this episode because I love Coven and American Horror Story. Coven is obviously my favorite one because it is very, very campy and fun, and that's what I love about it. So I was excited for this challenge coming up. I was excited to see what they were going to do with it. And that's all. That's all I have to say. We did say goodbye to Scarlet Envy last week. I did not think she should have been sent home. I really thought it should have been Jan or Kylie last week. But I'm not in the game. And Ginger Minge wasn't going to send Jan home. They are friends. It sounded like she thought about sending Kylie home because she did bad in the challenge, but she thought Kylie had more to show and had more fight in her. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's just a lie. I don't know. I am drinking some Babe Rosé, sparkling rosé tonight because it's been a long week and I need a drink. Obviously, I'm coming to you a day late. I should have been doing this video last night. It's been a rough week, I told you. And so I'm just getting to it now. But we'll be back next Thursday, right on time, I hope. I don't have anything planned. Although the Olympics have started, so that's going to push me back a little. I actually have them on my TV right now. I'm watching, not really watching. I have them on. It is the Parade of Nations coming in for the opening ceremonies. And so I do love the Olympics. I love the majesty and pageantry of it. It is a little wonky with COVID. There's so many COVID cases that are now popping up everywhere. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Drag Race. I'm just getting off on tangent after tangent after tangent. So let's get into this episode. Oh, before I do that, if you want to toot and boot the looks of this week's episode, we will be tooting and booting the performances from the challenge, the Ru-Merican Horror Story Coven Girls Challenge. It's a lot of words going in there. We're going to judge the performances, and then we are going to judge the runway, of course, which was Oh My Goth. I thought RuPaul said, oh my God, and then I figured it out on the second person coming out. I was like, I don't know what this challenge means. I thought, oh my God, might have been like religious. I was wrong. It's goth. But let's get right into it. Oh, I didn't tell you where to find it. If you want to toot and boot them along with me, you can do that on my Insta story. It is Sashay Away with Barry. I am going to be posting them tomorrow morning. That is Saturday morning. So look for them tomorrow. I am in New York City, so that is Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. I don't know when, whenever I get up and feel like doing it. I could do it tonight, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do this video, and then I'm going to watch the Olympics. Here, let's share my screen, maybe, and get into this episode. We find out that it was a very, very close elimination. I don't know what they would have done if Mayhem Miller had won that lip sync, which I think was very valid that she could have, because it was a tie between Jan and Scarlet. No one voted for Kylie. She was very thankful for that. Jan was very put off by 4 people picking her lipsticks. She thought maybe 2 would be there, but we find out that it was Raja, Eureka, and Trinity, I think, as well as Scarlet, obviously, that picked Jan's lipstick. And she was not happy about that at all. The queens did give her some good advice, saying that it's fine to have that character energy because that is your character, but not when it's meant to be a challenge that is to be real. There you go, Jan, take it down a notch. She doesn't have to do that on this episode, and we will find out why, because it is an overacting challenge for, of course, the Ru-Merican, I'm going to say it, 5,000 times. Ru-Merican Horror Story Coven Girls episode. They will be overacting as characters and doing their thing. So they go around and assign characters. Oh, and their wigs are provided. You'll notice if you look at their wigs quickly, I didn't take a picture of it. They are all the wigs that the queens wear during the episode. And I put that in air quotes that they choose roles because I think these roles were assigned to them. I think they knew exactly who they were going to do. I think they added the little bits just to have some made up drama on the show. But not only were their wigs provided, but their costumes were provided. They did not bring these from home. There is no possible way that Raja and Trinity brought a dress that would fit both of them inside it. So I know that these costumes, and obviously Pandora Box did not have a Myrtle Snow costume or a Joan Crawford costume. So I think that these were just completely made up. This choosing the parts, I think they knew who they were going to be doing, but we had Kylie and Eureka once again doing the rock, paper, scissors for the role of Jessica this time. Ginger once again put out a rock. Maybe that's because that's the only thing she can do with her fist. I don't know, but she's lost with it now twice because the other person, first Scarlett and now Kylie, put down paper and that wins. So Kylie gets the role of Jessica. Our picture slideshows are going to be a little funky out of order as we go through this because the runway actually happens before the, I know that they filmed the scenes with Ross and Michelle before the runway, but the runway actually happens before we watch the episode. So I'm going to do them in that order. But first we had a guest pop up on our little pop-up Zoom screen. I was going to say FaceTime, but I think this is Zoom. It is the one and only Angela Bassett, looking radiant as ever. She has amazing light on her. She is just glowing. She gave the queens actually some really, really great advice. It was a great segment. God bless her for doing this. She, of course, is part of the American Horror Story legacy. She's been on several episodes. She even talked about Freak Show where she had 3 boobs and she said a ding-a-ling. That is a dick for those of you who don't know what that means. But she is a treasure. She was one of my favorite characters on the Coven season when she played the Voodoo Princess. So bravo, Angela Bassett. You did a great, great job on this episode. We have a guest judge who is also from the American Horror Story franchise, and that is Emma Roberts. I don't know if she was on season 1. She may have been, but she's definitely been on most of them since then. I believe she has moved on to other things recently, but she was also very pregnant when she was shown on the runway in this. So she's having a baby. She has some kind of new book club thing that I don't know what that is. I didn't look it up. But Ru mentioned it on the runway. I have no idea what it is. I think she looks great. Very simple hair, which I love. I love that like beachy out of the ocean hair. So good job, Emma Roberts. She wasn't amazing as a judge because she basically told everyone they did a great job. So that, to me, that's not very helpful. That's just, you know, being happy that you're there. First on the runway for the Oh My Goth is Ginger Minge. I didn't get the goth category. Like I said, I thought it was Oh My God. And when she came out, it didn't even resonate with me that was still goth. Because I don't get this outfit. I think it's supposed to be a baby doll dress, and then she has the voodoo doll, obviously the voodoo doll in her arms. But this wig to me isn't goth. I think she said she was going for Victorian. I get that with the brooch around her neck, but this hair is not Victorian at all. The bow in her hair isn't Victorian. The dress isn't Victorian. The boots are. I'll give her that, but overall, I don't like this look, and I don't think it fits goth at all. Then came Eureka, and that is when I got the goth experience. She's giving, I believe she said Marge Simpson meets Bride of Frankenstein, maybe. And I think she looks great in this. You know, I don't love a bodysuit, but I do love this one in like the leather-esque material. I'm sure that is not leather. I'm sure it is something stretchy. But I love it with this sheer cover up. I think that's really, really smart to do for goth. I love that she gave us the pop of color in her hair of red. Throughout this runway, I was hoping we would get more reds and purples because those are goth colors, like this dark red and purple. We got a lot of black, obviously, but I think people should have tried to add some kind of pop of color, and Eureka did that with her hair in this one. Next, we have Trinity K. Bonet giving us all the fashion in her goth. She has feathers, she has tulle, she has sequins, she has no wig, which makes me love it even more. And you know, I'm a sucker for a hat, so bravo to Trinity. I think this is amazing. When she turned around, this train is like 15 feet long of tulle, and it is stunning. She looked so good on the runway this week. Bravo, Trinity. You did the category and you did it correctly. So good job. Raja Diahara came out in pants again. I am so tired of her wearing pants. I know that she wears them a lot on the runway. I also didn't get goth from this. It didn't read goth to me at all. She's wearing black pants with this like brocade corseted top. I did like, you can't really tell it in this picture because of the lighting, stage lighting, but she did have purple hair, which I always appreciate. So I appreciated that because that is the color, pop of color that I'm looking for in the goth. But the outfit I did not get. It didn't read goth to me at all. Akira C. Davenport is giving us, this is goth. This is really, really good. It's all black, which I wish there was a pop of color, but I don't mind it with this because I think it's really, really cool. The sharp edges on it, which you can't really see in this picture. You can see them in the headpiece, but they are all around the edges of her outfit as well. These black latex leggings are stunning. I don't know if they're part of the, if it's part of, it must not be part of the boot because I see the straps going up her legs. But I think she looks gorgeous in this. It's a really, really cool outfit. So good job, Akira. Next, we have Jan. Yes, it is a simple bodysuit, but it is styled to perfection. I love these wire things on her shoulders. I love the pentagram on her forehead. The white contacts make this really good. The hair is right. The sheer skirt is lovely. Jan knocked it out of the park this week on the runway. She looks really, really good. I guess this is one of the reasons she was saved last week, other than she is Ginger's friend. But we needed to see her this week from this and her acting challenge. We needed her in the show. Next, we have Kylie Sonique Love. I like the wig. I hate this outfit. It doesn't scream goth to me at all. It screams rock star whore. Yeah, I don't get goth from this at all. I'm sure this was designed for her, probably by Marco. I didn't look it up to see who did it. Let's see if I can find it right now quickly while I speak to you. But I love this hair. It really looks good. This picture doesn't do it as much justice as it could. But yeah, I really like the hair. Gag on this. It doesn't say who the designer is. Oh, it's Bikala did this outfit. To me, it doesn't scream goth. It's a bandage bodysuit with cutouts in all the right places. Michelle commented that she liked the fishnets. I don't, because you can see that it changes the color of her body from her waist down. She's kind of a beige, and waist up she is white. So I did not appreciate that at all. It was really, really glaring on the runway to me. Finally, we have Pandora Box. She is giving us the widow whose husband has died. It is very gothic. This is very Victorian. I love that she had the veil that covered her face for most of it, and she just opened it up to show that she was crying. I think she did a great job. I think she did a great job this week as well, overall. I totally skipped Ru's picture. I didn't put it in here. Oh my God, I loved Ru's dress. I will say that. It is teeny tiny this week. You will find it in the Toots and Boots if you go there, but it was a teeny tiny dress. I loved her wig. I did not enjoy the headband that she wore, but you can go and find that for yourself. But I thought her leg looked great, her body looked great, her wig looked great, her makeup always is impeccable, thanks to Raven. I just didn't like the headband. Yeah, so that's that. On to Ru-Merican Horror Story, Coven Girls. So they took the Coven of American Horror Story with the witches and turned it into a modeling agency, of course, because what RuPaul is what? Supermodel of the world. Starting with Eureka O'Hara, she is playing Kathy, which is a take on Kathy Bates. She was the bearded lady in American Horror Story Freak Show. I thought she was bad. They had kind of said it that she was manic. It was crazy to me. I don't know what she was doing. She was kind of all over the place. So I did not enjoy this. And I don't understand why she's a flapper, other than maybe that's how Kathy Bates was dressed in the Freak Show season. I can't remember. I know she was a bearded lady, but I don't remember her being a flapper, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe she was. Next, we have Ginger Minge playing Emma. This is obviously the Emma Roberts role. She is the chic, fashionable model, TV star, whatever she was. She was a TV star, I think, in Coven. And in rehab, in and out of rehab the whole time. I think Ginger Minge did a great job. Obviously, this is very non-type casting for Ginger Minge. She is not thin, young, or a model. I don't know, I wanted to say actress, but she is kind of an actress, not a model. And so she made fun of that as well. But I think she pulled this off amazingly. She did a great job, really, really funny, has great comedic timing. You can't dispute that. So I thought she was one of the standouts of the episode and deserved to be in the top 3. Next, we had a twosome, and that is Trinity K. Bonet as Angela. No, I don't know which one was which. I think she was Sarah. No, Sarah was the other one. I don't know. Raja and Trinity playing Sarah and Angela. I don't know which one is which. Sarah, oh my God, her name has escaped me. She's in every American Horror Story that there is. Sarah. Oh my God, someone put it in the notes because I am at a loss for words. It's going to come to me, but she played the Siamese twins in Freak Show as well. And one was super bubbly and one was super negative. And so that is what we are getting here. I hate this dress. I don't know why they didn't sew up that neck piece between them. Not them personally, but whoever provided this outfit for them, or just put like a snap or something in there to hold it, because it just looks terrible and their shoulders kept popping out of it. Trinity was fine in this. She was the negative Nancy of them. She's played herself and nothing more, and it came off as very, very safe. And then Raja, I didn't think she was as bad as the judges thought. I know they picked on her voice choice, and it didn't bother me at all. I thought it was kind of funny. And so I didn't understand that. But again, I would have said that she was safe and not as terrible as they wanted you to believe she was. I believe her runway did not help her this episode as well. Next, we have Akira C. Davenport as Gabby, and this is obviously a take on Gabourey Sidibe, and she is playing the human voodoo doll, which is the character that she did play in Coven as well. That was her power. She was boring. She didn't add anything to it, but I also think that the character didn't really add anything to it. The most exciting part of it was when she did have the voodoo fight with Jan as Leah Michelle. So that's the only thing that I enjoyed of her performance. There was nothing spectacular about it. That leads us to Jan as Leah Michelle. I'm not sure why Leah Michelle is in this, other than she was in Scream Queens and Glee for Ryan Murphy, but she has never been a part of American Horror Story. But I am glad that she was a part of this, because this is the role that Jan was born to play. It is Jan's character to a T. She even mentioned that she has been called the Rachel Berry of drag, and I could not agree more. This is where she gets to be 110%, and that is what she needs to be for this. She did a fantastic job on this challenge. Everything she did was right. She was in it. She was alive the whole time. She was Leah Michelle as Rachel Berry. So bravo, Jan. This is again why she did not go home last week. Then we have Kylie So Meek-Love as Jessica. She is an amalgamation of all of the Jessica Lange characters from American Horror Story, I guess, but really it was just about Coven for the most part, the lines that she had. They threw in some lines from Cat on a Tin Roof, which she did. I believe she did it on Broadway. I don't know if she did the film, but maybe she was Maggie the cat in that. And this wig is phenomenal. Her acting is not. Even after Michelle showed her exactly what she wanted her to do, it was still fucking boring. It was not good. Not that Michelle is any kind of phenomenal actress, but she literally got out of her chair and did the lines for her and said, do it this way. And she tried to, it just wasn't as good. Not that Michelle was good, but it wasn't to the level of energy that Michelle had. I thought she was awful. I thought she should have honestly been in the bottom. I did not like this at all. I did not think it was fair that Michelle showed her exactly what to do. They did not do that for Akiria or for Raja, who they also had critiques about. So I don't think it's fair that she was anywhere near the top, let alone the winner. That is why this season is so rigged. As every season is. I know it's a TV show, and that is what this was meant to be for us. Also, I think they needed her to be in the lip sync because this song, the lip sync song, was made for her. Finally, we have Pandora Box as Myrtle, which is a character of Myrtle Snow, and then she comes back as the resurrected ghost of course, Joan Crawford. No one else could play this role. I thought Pandora was wonderful, especially as Myrtle Snow. I mean, there was one point when Kylie was giving her speech and the camera panned to Pandora, and I don't know if she was meant to react this way, but she had the craziest "what the fuck are you doing" look on her face through Kylie's speech, and I was like, she deserves to win just for that face, because I don't know that it was meant to be, but the camera caught it and they put it in there, and it was fucking funny. Her Joan Crawford was fine. She had all the stupid lines that Joan Crawford did. RuPaul is obsessed with Joan Crawford, so there is no surprise that she was thrown in here. Brian Mercy also did that limited series of Bet and Joan called Feud. I was like, what's the name of that? It's called Feud. And the woman's name is Sarah Paulson. It just came to me. Sarah Paulson was the Siamese twins and has been in almost every season of American Horror Story that there is. But back to Pandora Box. I thought she was fantastic. I thought this and her runway could have put her in the top this week. I think she thought that as well. And then she was immediately called safe. So who knows what they want from Pandora Box? No one can figure it out. Finally, for some reason, we go into a Soul Train dance line, but not really, because no one really danced in the line other than RuPaul and the Rubber Man from American Horror Story Season 1, and the current American Horror Stories anthology is Rubber Woman. RuPaul might be the worst actor on the stage, and that's saying a lot because there were some bad ones today. So I don't know what the purpose of this was. I'm assuming the Rubber Man was one of the pit crew members, but I don't know that to be a fact. They could have just wrapped some crew person in that and let it go. It could have been Michelle Visage for all we know. But it looked like some kind of built man, and they danced together, and that was the end, and it was stupid. RuPaul, you would have been sent home this week for this acting. Like I said, Pandora and Trinity are sent to safety first. I felt bad for Pandora because I feel like she should have been in the top. And you could see it in her face a little bit. And then if you haven't watched Untucked, a good portion of it is just the two of them talking. And I had no idea that they would even be friends, because you never see them together during any of the episodes, but they had a lovely chat together, talking about being safe and how thankful they are that they are safe. But Pandora was really upset that she has not been in the top to be critiqued at all this whole season. They're really just overlooking her. Of the girls that are left, Ginger, Minge, Jan were in the top with Kylie, Sonique, Love, and Eureka was the third of our bottom three, but they are all sent to safety. Kylie, Sonique, Love is the winner of this challenge. God knows why, other than story purposes, because I did not like her acting and I hated her runway. So to me, that did not make any fucking sense, other than they are trying to tell us a story and Kylie needed to win for that purpose alone. That left us with Raja and Akira in the bottom. You can get a little glimpse more of Akira's outfit here, which I think is just so, so cool. You can see Raja's top, which I don't think is goth at all, but she looks beautiful. But these are our bottom two. And it's a little sad. I like both of them. But Akira has been struggling this whole season. This is her third time in the bottom. This is Raja's first time in the bottom. She did win the ball challenge. So that is, and she's never been in the bottom two before. So this is her first time there. I just put this picture in here because I think it's funny that the two apostrophes are our two bottom queens this week. They are the queens that have apostrophes in their names, and they are both in the bottom together. That's all. Kylie changed, obviously, for the lip sync into this outfit. I thought it was going to be a problem for her because she is known for doing tricks, and lots of them, backflips and splits. And I thought as soon as she did one of those, her boobs were just going to fall right out. I was wrong. They did not. She did all of her tricks. She did her backflip into the splits twice, which I say you should never, ever do the same trick twice. She did 2 cartwheels as well, but she was really great in this lip sync. I'm not going to deny that. I just wish she didn't rely entirely on tricks, because I want to actually see you lip sync. And when you're doing those, I can't see you doing any of the lip sync. I just see the tricks. Our lip sync assassin this week was the one and only Manila Luzon from season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race and All Stars 1 and 5. I love Manila. I think she's great. I think she looks super sexy in this. She dressed for the song, even though this song was only meant for Kylie to succeed at. I think she looks great. I love when she threw the hat off and her hair came out. She is a great queen. We just didn't get to see very much of her during this lip sync because they were so focused on Kylie alone. The song was Dirty by Christina Aguilera. And like I said, this song was meant for Sonique to win, which she did. I'm not discrediting her. I think she did a great job. I just think this song, she was in the top to do this song for them. It's maybe going to be now one of her signature songs. I don't know. I love that Raja said she's not making it dirty, she's making it filthy, and she was. She is, I guess, what I described her runway look as, not goth. I called it a rock and roll whore. That is what she is, because that's what this song made her look like as well. So like I said, Kylie Sonique Love does win this lip sync. I think she did. We didn't get to see much of Manila Luzon at all, so who can judge, honestly? That leaves our bottom 2 back up. That is Raja and Akira. Again, you can see a little more of their outfits here. I think Akira had no chance. You could see it when she was talking in the back, that she was really defeated. She was trying to defend herself, but her heart did not seem in it at all. I think when you watch Untucked, all the queens agreed that they pulled Raja and Akira out so that the queens could talk, which we've never actually seen. And they kind of all agreed that they were all going to vote for Akira, which something we've never seen before on an Untucked episode. It was really, really weird to me. Of course, Sonique did pick Akira. And again, if you watch Untucked, all of the queens pick Akira, except for Akira, who obviously chose Raja's lipstick. But it was unanimous on both sides, so it didn't matter who won this lip sync. Akira was going home no matter what. But we still have this fucking game within a game. Is it ever going to be revealed what we got? I don't know. Are we ever going to get Snatch Game? Not next week. I know if they do Snatch Game of Love again, that was 3 and 3, so maybe that's when they'll do it at top 6. And then there will be 7 queens for the game within a game, which God only knows what that is or what it's gonna be. I'm still not reading spoilers, so I don't want to know. If you know, great. But I don't want to know. I just want it to be revealed on the show. That's all. We're saying goodbye to Akira. She is a fantastic drag queen. I think this season she struggled a bit with the personality side of it. She's a lovely, lovely person, but I don't think she had that spark in her like she did on her season. And I think that was her demise on here. But a phenomenal, phenomenal drag queen. Next time on RuPaul's Drag Race, they are going to be writing the next big gay dance anthem or something to that effect. I don't know. All I know is it's not Snatch Game, and that's that. It is looks like it is a write the song. I'm guessing they're going to have to perform the song or record the song, and then do a choreographed routine lip syncing to the song. There is some shade being thrown during rehearsals about Pandora from Eureka, Kylie, and Ginger. I think it was Trinity who went after them and said, no one asked for your opinion or thank you for your critiques or something. So we're going to get a little bit of drama there, I think. That may be something to look at in the voting when whoever wins this challenge, because honestly, for the performing part of it, Trinity is kind of set up to be a leader in this. It's all gonna, I guess, come down to the song lyrics and how well they perform it. Who knows, maybe Jan will win a second challenge. That would be amazing for her. I fear for Pandora. I do feel like this is going to be a struggle for her. I also think it's gonna be a struggle for Kylie. While she's a great performer, I don't think she has the charisma to really pull off what the challenge is going to require of her. And if we are going off of Drag Race Down Under, Electroshock got told that she tried to outperform her team. And if she's on a team with Eureka and Ginger, there is no way that she's not going to outperform them, because that is not their strong suits. Eureka can do a great performance, but it's not going to be anywhere near the level of Kylie's performance. So it's going to come down to the song lyrics and how well they do on the stage is what's going to happen. I have no way to predict what's going to happen. I would say Trinity and Jan probably have the biggest edge. I don't think Raja's a great dancer. I don't think Pandora is a great dancer at all. She can write some witty lyrics, which could be really funny. It worked for Ketamine, and it did not work for Anita Wiglet. I believe that's the challenge she went home on, even though her lyrics were good. There you have it. That is the episode. The Ru-Merican Horror Story was way too long. I did not mention that when I was talking about it, but it felt like it went on forever. Maybe it was because Kylie Sonique Love's role was so big that it felt like it went on forever, because I did not enjoy her and thought that she should have been in the bottom for this week's performance in Runway. My opinion. No one else's. I'm not sending her hate. I still think she's a great drag queen. I think has a phenomenal body. I just didn't like what she did this week. That's all. That's all, my opinion. I'm not sending them hate. I don't want any of them to die. I'm not cutting them down. I'm not sending this to any of them directly. If you want to send it to them, go ahead. But I don't send, they're not watching this. They should not care about my opinion. Because I am just a person in New York City who likes drag. And that is why I do this. But that's all I'm going to say about this episode. I will be back with Roger and David. We're going to try to do it on Monday. I'm going to check their calendars as soon as I'm done with this. And hopefully we will get that done on Monday. to get the toots and boots out there. If you want to toot and boot along, again, follow me on Instagram at Sashay Away with Barry. I don't think I ever even said that when I told you to do that earlier. I just said to follow me on Instagram. It's Sashay Away with Barry is my Instagram handle. You can find it by typing in Sashay Away with Barry, just like it's spelled, SASHAYAWAYWITHBARRY, Sashay Away with Barry. Those looks will be in my Insta story tomorrow morning. That is New York City Eastern Standard Time. I would say 9-ish. Look around 9. They'll be there. At the latest, they'll be there at 10. I'm not planning to sleep in too late, but you never know. I'm going to watch these Olympics, so maybe they'll go really late. And maybe I'll just want to stay in bed, but I can post them from my bed. That is the good thing about the internet. Thank you all for watching and listening. I love you all. Please, please, please be safe out there. I mentioned that I was going to talk about it again. There has been a big outbreak of the Delta variant in Provincetown, which I am going to in 4 weeks. I will be there 1 month, and I'll be on vacation. But the variant positive, the positive diagnoses are coming into people who are already vaccinated. This is terrifying. Even if you're vaccinated, which you should be, if you can get the vaccine, please, please, please get it. That is the only way we're going to really pull ourselves out of this, it seems like. But even the vaccinated are getting this variant. They're getting it from people who are not vaccinated, obviously. But you can get it with the vaccination and you can transmit it. So your symptom, you may not have any symptoms or you may have mild symptoms, but that means you still have it and you can transmit it to those who do not have it or those who have the vaccine and are just going to pass it on to other people. Provincetown is a big gay mecca. People go there from all over the country. I read an article of people from Chicago as well as from DC that have brought the variant back with them from Provincetown during 4th of July and Bear Week. So I'm begging you, if you can get the vaccine, get it. We're going to probably have to start wearing masks again indoors here in New York City. I think we're definitely going to have to do that in Provincetown. It is going to make my vacation a little less exciting because I don't think I'm going to be going to tea where there are going to be crowds of people. Even though it is outside, I don't know that I want to risk it. And I don't want to stand at tea with a mask on, which I would have to do. But I will be wearing my mask there when I am not able to social distance. And that's that. It's turning into a cycle, and a cycle that we don't want to go back to. So please do what you can, social distance, wear your mask if you have to. Just be safe, get that vaccine, please. I love you all. Thank you all for watching and listening. And I will be back with you Monday or Tuesday with David and Roger to do the toots and boots, the official ones for this website. Thanks. Bye, everyone.